Welcome to Got Guns and Dogs. I'm Steffi B. Thank you for joining me today. So, we're back to the communism thing. I have to keep putting it out there until it gets through everybody's head. All these indoctrinated kids, they did this on purpose, kids. They did this on purpose. Anyone that has graduated from any of these elite colleges and you believe that socialism is a good thing, it's because you were brainwashed by these teachers that got put in these colleges by foreign countries like Qatar, like China, like Iran, but it's mainly Qatar and China that have pumped most of the money in these schools, these universities, and they have completely brainwashed and indoctrinated a whole entire generation of young people. Now they're quoting Mao Zedong, or whatever his name was, that killed almost 100 million people of his own kind due to communism. And communism comes after the working class first. And this is Solinsky. It's called Rules for Radicals. And he wrote down a guideline on how to bring a country down. Isn't that nice? So number one is the revolutionary vanguard. Communism relies on an establishment of a revolutionary vanguard, small group of dedicated individuals who serve as the driving force behind the revolution. This vanguard guides and mobilizes the masses towards achieving communist objectives. The vanguard assumes the role of leadership, shaping the direction of the revolution and implementing communist ideological indoctrination. It plays a pivotal role in communism's quest for power. Communist regimes prioritize the dissemination of their ideology through education, media, and propaganda by shaping the minds of the populace. They seek to create a homogenous belief system that supports their revolutionary goals. Number three, class struggle. A core tenet of communism postulates that society is divided into antagonistic classes locked in an ongoing struggle for power and resources. Now, this is where, like Scam Dami in New York, what he did with the maps. He put a bunch of Middle Eastern countries that we don't even recognize in this country at all, and those people should never be here. They're third world, really gross people. Do you know in India, they literally will be walking down the street and have to go poo-poo and will drop their drawers and shit right on the ground in front of God and everybody, pull their pants up without wiping and walk on. I told you they poop outside. I told you. Those people are nasty. Ew, gross, yuck, and puke, okay? Oh my God. Number three is the class struggle. Number four is overthrowing capitalism. That's what you keep hearing with capitalism. We went over, because they've been brainwashed these kids. Qatar has pumped in billions into these universities. And so has China, our enemies. Qatar is not our friend. To establish communism, the capitalist system must be overthrown. Communists view capitalism as a system built on exploitation and inequity. They think that it's all oppressor and oppressed. That's what they learn, and it's not like that. It's called individualism. Everybody's different, has their own ways. There's nobody oppressing anybody. It's either some people are lazier than others, some people are more innovative than others, some people are smarter than others, some people are good at math, some people are good at language, some people are good at building airplanes, some people are good at planting plants. It all depends on what God gave you as your special skill. It is not for the government to choose. Centralized planning. It's a key aspect of communist governance. It involves the centralized control and allocation of resources by the state, according to who they think needs it. Collectively owned and controlled. Yeah. Collective ownership. This is not good. Collective ownership where the means of production, such as factories and land, are owned and controlled by the state or the community as a whole. This principle aims to ensure that the benefits of production are shared equitably among all members of society, rather than being concentrated in the hands of a few individuals or corporations. The corporations I can understand, but the individuals, that is the American dream, is to own your own house and your own property. That way nobody can mess with it. Who wants the community to own your land? No, that's not how it works. That is not the way humans are. They're going against humanity. They're going against the individual freedoms and feelings of an individual human being. Communism it's like a herd of cows. They treat people like a herd of cows. We're not cows. We are humans with souls and minds, and we will not bow down to that collectivism. Proletariat dictatorship. The establishment of a proletariat dictatorship is a crucial step towards achieving communism. Communists argue that the working class should hold political power to protect their interests and prevent counter-revolutionary forces from undermining the revolution. This sounds so scary. Suppressant of dissent. This is where they lock up people, like they did to Trump, like they did to all of his lawyers, like they did to everybody around Trump. They locked him up for fake, made-up crimes, and they tried to lock him up for fake, made-up crimes. That's communism. Communism often relies on the suppression of dissent to maintain control and prevent counter-revolutionary movements. Opposition to communist ideology is typically met with censorship, surveillance, and the suppression of individual freedoms. Critics argue that this suppression curtails civil liberties and stifles political pluralism. Number 10, international revolution. Communism envisions a global revolution where the establishment of communism in one country sparks a chain reaction of revolutions worldwide. That's why they keep calling for the global intifada. So what we have here is we have jihad Islamist, which is an ideology, and then we have the communist, which is an ideology. Now, depending on which one is more violent, is the one that's going to come out on top, or so they think, because capitalism is going to come out on top, and so is the Constitution, and so is all of our laws, and our Declaration of Independence, and our Bill of Rights. They will not be infringed on, trampled on, or changed by any of these stupid, brainwashed elites, lunatics that went to our schools, most of which weren't even born in this frickin' country. I am so sick of these foreigners coming in here and trying to rule over us. I mean, it's bad enough that we have to have an overreaching government, but to have foreigners ruling over our lives as Americans is completely embarrassing, insulting, and unacceptable, and it must change immediately. This cannot stand, having a bunch of foreigners ruling over us. This is their way of humiliating us, and we are standing here and taking it, and we need to stop. We need to use our voices, call our congressmen and senators, just Google it, leave a voicemail. It's worth 1,000 people, each one that one person leaves. We've got to. I don't know what else we can do but vote and call the voicemails and, tell them how we feel. I don't know what else to do about it. So this is Saul Alinsky again, 12 rules for radicals. You hear that. Rule 1, power is not only what you have, but what the enemy thinks you have. Rule number 2, never go outside the expertise of your people. Number 3, whenever possible, go outside the expertise of the enemy, which is basically the one that they're pretending to care about right now, which is the Democratic Party, which they're going to X them out of the Democratic Party. And when they do that, if they could murder them, the jihads will kill them. If Islam is allowed to take hold, they will kill all of us. But they'll kill the Democrats first, and then they kill the black people, and then they kill us, the Christians and the whites. And we need to get them the fuck out of our country immediately. I mean, this is not something that we can just wait and kick the can down the road. This is existential. That Mandami dude is a fucking lunatic. He is trying to meet with Iran behind the President of the United States back, a mayor of a city born in Uganda, is trying to meet with the RIGC, the leading state sponsor of terrorism in the world. This jihad, this little scumbag. I can't even express my contempt and absolute hatred for that piece of shit. Every time I see him on TV, I want to fucking strangle him. I swear to God, I don't know what it is about that scumbag, but he is the devil. He is evil. His smile, he is going to hurt all of America and all Americans. That is his ultimate goal, is to make Americans suffer. They hate our guts. What are they doing in our government? They are humiliating us and trying to take over our infrastructure because they can't build anything like we can. They can't invent anything because we invented everything. They will have nothing but used parts that we left them if they ever do win, and then their civilization will fade out into nothingness, into dust, gone, because they can't innovate, they can't build, they can't create. They're nothing. They're takers. They're parasites is what they are. They're leeches. Mosquitoes. They're sucking the lifeblood out of America. Foreigners, illegals, and legal foreigners, both of them are a drain on our society, on our nervous system, and all of our resources, and it must end. We have had enough. Number 4, make the enemy live up to its own book of rules. They use our rules, our laws against us. That's the Scuzlum way, the Islamics. They're doing that right now, using our laws and our freedoms against us. That's why they think that they have the right to go lay down in the middle of our streets and scream that disgusting music that they have, calling people to prayer. They don't even do that in their own country. the call to prayer. They do that only in other countries to humiliate the host and to dominate. It makes me so mad. I want them gone. Why do we have to put up with those people being in this country? Why? I don't understand it. Just round them up and get them out. Please. A good tactic is one your people enjoy. They'll keep doing it without urging, come back and do more. They're doing their thing. They will even suggest better ones. Radical activists, in the sense, are no different than any other human being. Well, they avoid unfun activities. Yeah, whatever. A tactic that drags on too long becomes a drag. Keep the pressure on. Never let up. Hence, they've got these paid activists out there attacking our ICE agents, for instance, that they're trying to out. I mean, these guys have families, wives, kids, grandkids, and you've got these blue-haired fucking brainwashed SRS lunatics attacking the police, and then they get mad when they get shot. I mean, what the hell has come to this? In my wildest dreams, I would have never imagined I would see this happening. I grew up with respect for the police. You don't mess with, or they're gonna hurt you. That's how I grew up, and I still believe that to this day. These people are insane. No amount of money is worth going and getting your ass either killed or charged. It's not worth it. Trust me. All money is not good money. The threat is usually more terrifying than the thing itself. Basically, keep everybody hyped up with fear. Keep their nervous system jacked up. Keep their mind crazy and going in circles with fear. That's how you keep people in a frenzy. That's how you upset a society, which is what China and Qatar are paying to do with George Soros and all these fucked up NGOs that we've somehow given tax exemption to. And they're enjoying the fruits of it while they're using our tax money that they get to destroy our country and our way of life. This is unbelievable. In a way, having our laws is kind of annoying sometimes because it keeps us from immediately scooping them up like Ilhan Omar, immediately just getting her the fuck out of here, But we can't do that because we are a country of laws. And Trump has followed every single executive order that they have challenged. He's followed every time the judge has told him whatever it was. Every time, even though the executive, not the executive orders, but the judge's orders are completely out of line and overreaching, and they're not even allowed to do that. They are activist judges that Biden put in and Schumer about. Trump's followed every rule and every law that any judges imposed on him. He hasn't broken any laws. That's only what communist dictators do. He hasn't done any of that. So, and, we've been getting a lot of wins with the Supreme Court, but we've been getting a lot of loses too. That birthright citizenship, that one, I cried for 2 days. I mean, that's going to be the death of our country if something isn't reversed. In Congress, I don't understand. They have the power to make all these laws and they won't do anything. They passed the SAVE Act, but they haven't codified any of Trump's executive orders. And then, of course, the Senate. I just don't understand. We elect these people to go into office, to represent us, to put laws in place that will protect us, keep us safe, keep our elections secure. I mean, basic things. It's not too much to ask. This is a first world country. This isn't just a brand new country just now coming up and we're trying to figure it out. We know what's up. What is going on? These Democrats and these new brainwashed people that think they're going to come into our country and rule us. This is just unbelievable. And I just needed to voice my opinion and stress out how more of us need to be speaking up about all this. This Islamic takeover cannot stand. We've got to get them out of our country. And if we don't keep on talking and bringing it up, they won't either. So as long as we keep our voices out there loud and clear, maybe something will get done. But until then, remember, like and subscribe because it helps with the algorithm. And no matter what life throws your way, you still have potential. God bless you. And as always, God bless America.